Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your host, DB Smiley, bringing you a replay cast here. This is going to be for House of Chez versus Team Rectum out of D East. So two teams that are, I think when I saw standings like top four, I don't know if that's before or after this game was recorded, but two very competitive teams. I have no clue who wins this match, and that's kind of important. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump straight into this. But bear with me, it's the first replay cast of the season, so I can't do some of my usual bells and whistles that I put a lot of energy into. But looking forward to this one, looking forward to casting it. So here we go, jumping into the game. And there we go. Alright, so right out of the gate, let's make sure that shouldn't be happening. Hang on, let me make sure my sound settings are. That seems to be correct. But I'm not getting any sound. Let me check, headset's on. Alright, give me one sec, everyone here. I'm just trying to work out what is happening. Options, sound. Alright, okay, apologies. We had no sound there. Trying to figure out the sound issue. It kept toggling my sound, so apologies. We're going to just back it up a little bit and redo this, so here we go. Alright. Now we're jumping in. So, right out of the gate, on the left side, we see a very heavy separate and blow up comp on the side of House of Chez. They want to flip someone like that and kill them like that. Actually, it's not House of Chez, that's Team Rectum on the left, so let's go ahead and swap those. Meanwhile, on the right, House of Chez, going with a kind of a poke comp with this Gul'dan. They want to whittle down and kind of just out-heal Tyrande. Tyrande really relies on being able to step up and get auto attacks in order to do the most healing possible. Taking a look at level 1 talents. Gul'dan's still going with E build. I've seen Q build kind of gain popularity lately just with the reduced stat cost. I tend to prefer the Q build if you're going with an Ariel comp. But speaking of Ariel comps, Ariel getting separated, but Gul'dan just chunking out the damage and making sure that Caribou has plenty of healing. I tend to like the Q build just because it's more consistent damage. The E build, you go longer between kind of the big chunks of damage that let Ariel heal. And you want to kind of abuse the fact that you have a 4-second cooldown. Meanwhile, here in the bot, Chesmix and old Dookie Tom. Two great names going at it in the solo lane. Both low. Jaina's got the tap, though, so she's going to come back pretty strong. Falstad did go bribe, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Gul'dan Ariel doing Bruiser before the Siege Giant, so Siege Giant picked up here by the side of Team Rectum. Bruiser picked up here, but Falstad does drop here in the bottom lane to old Dookie Tom. That old Dookie Tom, he's a crafty bastard. now. Jaina gonna clear up this bot lane. Falstad probably gonna miss some minions here. He's not gonna burn the fly because he needs it for the phase, so gonna lose, it looks like 4 minions here. Maybe more. Nah, but meanwhile, as I'm paying attention to that, Imperius actually going down in the top lane to Rexar. So right now, everything coming up, Rectum. Rectum getting kills in the side lanes. That's denying a lot of soak to House of Chez. And keeping in mind that any Gul'dan comp really has to wait until 16 for the hard spike. Just because that's when his E build and Q build really come online as far as damage potential. Now E build, you don't absolutely need 16 to be able to chunk out the big damage. It makes a huge difference, but you need it for the burst. With Q build, you really need it for the stacking and for the sustained damage to be especially strong. But there's a flip on the Gul'dan. Lunar Flare with the Blizzard. Down he goes. Falstad flying up, but going to get here too late. At this point, House of Chez needs to disengage this, but it looks like Team Rectum might be able to get another flip. Imperius is slowed. The chase is on. Tyrande trying to get the kill onto Imperius. Lunar Flare is going to connect. Down below 200 health, but going to have to break off that. Meanwhile, Rexar able to get the channel while using Misha to zone. Great start here for Team Rectum. Already up a full level, heading into 7s, almost. Gul'dan coming up to defend. 15 stacks, not bad. It's respectable, but you normally want to like leave that first team fight with around 20 or so, and the team fight just didn't last long enough, especially with Gul'dan going down just so quick. And now though, you'll see, Ariel has a ton of AoE healing potential. She's just gotta have her battery alive long enough to use it, especially with Falstad going W build. It's just not as good to battery, so it's really going to be relying on Gul'dan. We're actually seeing now a switch in the lane, trying to let Falstad go away and get some bribe stacks, while Gul'dan's going to hold the lane, and Ariel is going for a flank, question mark? But Gul'dan will be able to actually clear this lane. Rexar won't be able to stop it too much, and actually able to get a lot of corruption stacks there. Is now halfway done on that quest. Ariel going to come in, get some damage out. Ariel did go Searing Light, by the way, so potential for damage. Repeated offense is a really good tool once you get that stacked up, as well as Energized Cord. But Ariel face checks the wrong bush, gets a stun stack, so it's worth it, guys. Rexar going to be the body block of Gul'dan, and that is... Boy, Team Rectum is living up to their name. They are wrecking them at the moment. Siege camp here in the bot. Could see Jaina just starting to rotate down to deal with that, and that is what we're seeing. Do we get a gank here by Falstad? Falstad needs to be very careful. Jaina could blow up. So Jaina gonna get down. They're not gonna lose too much soak, and well on their way to level 10. Meanwhile, Hanzo picking up the siege camp, so continuing to get that macro pressure. Is it just seems that anytime House of Chez wants to try to do anything, there's a gank waiting for them. That Garrosh flip being pretty deadly. There was an attempted flip on the Chez mix. Doesn't land. But I love the aggression. It's working out very well for them. Level 10's here. We got the Dragon's Arrow, Bestial Wrath, Warlord's Challenge, Ring of Frost, and Starfall. So just tons of CC and explosion potential. And without level 10s, I mean, this is going to be a curse. House of Chez cannot contest this. So it looks like they're going to try to push up the top lane as the alternative approach, trying to get level 10s off this. And Rexar, he's not going to really be able to do much, even with level 10. It's just not a lot he can do. And now he definitely can't do anything with level 10 because Misha is dead. In the arms of the angels. As now we see top being pushed in, but Team Rectum says, you know what, we'll trade that, we'll get boss, except they're doing this after curse has been taken, so they've kind of blown some of their curse time getting a boss. Now Falstad's not going to be able to defend this, admittedly, but I don't know if that was the play. Meanwhile, we're seeing a split defense here to get level 10s. Level 10's now here on the side of House of Chez. And I realize I keep changing how I pronounce that. But Boss has bot fort down, so if they can get this keep, I think the Gambit's worth it. But only 27 seconds left, and here comes a full defense. You have Horrify, Angelic Armaments, Crystal Aegis, Mighty Gust, and Blessed Shield. Falstad standing in the Starfall at the moment, as is Joanna. There's the flip, unstoppable there. Falstad doing a good job getting damage out onto Tyrande. Tyrande needing to back up here. And when Tyrande's that low, it's hard because she really needs to step up to be able to get her healing through. But there's the Dragon's Arrow, and it's going to hit Falstad and Joanna and going to secure the kill onto the former. And with this boss being so healthy, looks like this Gambit has paid off as the defense kind of failed there for House of Chez. Now here comes the Ring of Frost. Crystal Aegis trying to nullify out the damage. Horrify knocking back. And Rektum very low. Jaina going to be the next to fall. Tyrande very low as well. Misha falls in that into the fray used to get Tyrande out of the fray. So kind of a misnomer. But nonetheless, there's a good stun. Good flip into the Lunar Flare. Great communication between Tyrande and Garrosh. I do think Garrosh is not going to get out of this, though. Down below, yep, down goes Garrosh. So this is a chance for House of Chez to get something on the map done here. With that staggered kill onto Garrosh. Advantageous for them. How are they going to play this? What are they going to do with this? Do they go for the boss play? Looks like that's the call. Garrosh up in 7 seconds. Bruiser Camp going to get taken, so they know that they'll have time to do this, though. And with boss at half, they're definitely going to get this boss. The question is, how much value do they actually get with it? They're into level 13 now, and they don't have level 13 of their own. And there's the stun, and that's actually very good for Ariel to finish that quest. Anytime she gets a stun now, it's going to easily fill her hope bar, regardless what Gul'dan's doing. But Garrosh now looking to flank. Here comes the engage. Jaina in the back. There's a flip onto Imperious. Great Horrify, though. Going to be able to zone him out. Angelic Armaments used to buy space. Starfall, though, at the moment, causing some problems. Death going to be having a hard time getting out of there. Tyrande is on the flank, though, which is a bit of an aggressive position. Falstad, meanwhile, bribing this bottom camp. Mid-fort does drop here to the camp, but it was already done for. Now what do we see the play? Boss does get the top. It's very low, so Wall should be able to take care of it. Bruiser Camp going to be picked up here by House of Chez. 0-0 at the moment, but Falstad really shouldn't be here. So Mighty Gust is up. He should be able to get out. I mean, unless, like, the big owl lands. Yeah, I think he's gonna not get away. Because I think, yeah, even if he got around that corner, the owl slow was just gonna get him eventually. So I don't like that decision by Falstad. That's just not a great death there. And now not a great engage here by House of Chez. Trying to get onto Jesus Mafia. They do a lot of damage, but not able to get the kill. And now it's a full retreat, but Garrosh flipping Imperious back into the fight. There's the Blizzard chunking out a ton of damage. Turning around now. Health bars are a bit low on the other side, but Ring of Frost with the Dragon's Arrow. Gonna collect 3. Follow-up stun by Tyrande. Aegis used with the Horrify. So I think House of Chez is gonna get out of there. That was actually a really good disengage there by House of Chez. They do have to deal with this giant up in the top camp. They could rotate up here and clear it before the shrine. Meanwhile, this mid-shrine, going to be a lot of soak. Level 13s here for both teams. And we're seeing kind of some interesting builds here. So normally, when you go E-build at this tier, you want to pick the CDR when you hit a Q to get as many corruption out as possible. Harvest Life, so going for a lot of W abilities. We'll see if that pays off. House of Chez, trying to position up. I like Ariel's positioning, trying to get the stun on whoever walks through the gap. But now going to channel in the back. Dorada could stall this. There's the owl, going to get intercepted by death 1300 seconds. I assume that's what 1300S means. And that's the first tribute of the game for House of Chez. And that is not the first pick-off of the game for Team Rectum. Falstad reposting the wrong neighborhood again, doing a little face checking, and Now it's just a question of can they get away? And they do. Boss is up here in the bottom, but it looks like Rektum gonna want to play and just get this fort. Level 16's here now for them, so they have an advantage heading into the next shrine. What does House of Chez do here? I think they need to find some soak. Here's some soak down here in the bottom. Gonna go for that. They need to really get to level 16. That's when Gul'dan's really gonna start being able to chunk. Especially with the... I expect the spell power level 16 from Ariel, so that's really gonna increase the damage. But it looks like Rektum wants to go for this boss play. And, oh boy, Deatho Icarus, I guess. But now moving in for this boss is House of Chez, and Garrosh is quite low. The question is, do they stand on this boss, or do they let it reset? Rexar joining the fight at the moment. Falstad would be in a good position to gust if the engage comes. Huge Ring of Frost, Aegis used just to make sure Gul'dan gets through the next few bits. Now the healing coming out from Oriel doing a ton, but Starfall having a separation effect onto House of Chez. Chez Mix taking a lot of damage from Starfall. He does get away. The boss did reset, but with the kill onto Rexar, they might be able to do this now. Falstad flying up. Welp. Got the stall, 1-for-1 trade. Garrosh flipping away. Hat onto Imperius there, now back onto Flash. But split now, 2 and 2. You want to make sure you don't split around obstacles like this. Ariel now stepping into the back, and that is not going to go well. But 1-for-1 trade onto the healers. But now with Imperius dead, I think this is Rektum's shrine to get. Flash not going to join this fight. Really awkward positioning by both supports there, but I don't know if Joanna gets out of this. I think she does not now. Yeah, Joanna goes down, so as soon as they get level 16, not able to do anything with it. And I want to see Falstad playing a lot smarter at the moment. He's up to 5 deaths, and that's really hurting his team. Gotta just recognize that, especially on a macro-heavy map, your solo laner dying is not gonna help. Going for the gust steal though, and got it! Chez Mix with the fantastic boss save, and that's highlight of the week potentially material there. Someone submit that to the hashtag highlights channel, please. Clip it and submit it. Really good steal there by Chez Mix. So as I was just talking, Chez Mix got to step it up. He's like, oh, I hear you, DB Smiley. And you may be thinking, wait, you're doing a replay cast. How does he hear me? And I can tell you that my voice travels through time. That was weird. I'll never do that again. Once again, another boss attempt being taken in the Horrify. And now the second boss steal. How did this game not get casted? Because it is one hell of a game now. Chez Mix getting back into or House of Chez getting back into this with a double boss steal. And now at this point, you got a boss on top, you got a boss on bottom. You do have 2 Katas on the core, meanwhile. And no one from House of Chez is dealing with it. And now Imperius gets flipped over the wall. There's a taunt onto Ariel. Okay, well, the comeback was nice while it lasted. 2 kills there, that's not good, because that means that by the time you're back up, level 20, basically going to be here for Team Rektum. And at that point, I mean, you can't really fight... You can't really do anything with this shrine, right? Because by the time you get back up, by the time it starts, Imperius and Ariel are just coming back up. They're nowhere near there. And that's going to easily be a curse onto the side of Rektum. So Rektum should easily have the advantage here. And should look to end. Bruiser Camp going to be taken unaffected by the curse. So it should allow mid lane to be less a threat. Bottom lane, of course, going to be a concern, but the Siege Giants are there. Top lane going to be concerned with the Siege Giants up here. Let's see how House of Chez wants to play this. They are 5 stacked at the moment. Do they just look to force a fight here? Looks like that's what they're doing. And with Rexar separated, they could get a good fight. They're going to find just that. But now, good rotation, smart rotation by Rectum. Dragon's Arrow hits 4, but short range, not the longest time. Starfall, and this is the weirdest retreat I've ever seen in my life. And, oh boy, Jaina just got a huge chunk of damage out there. And now the stun on the flash. Health bars are dropping. Garrosh is low, but he's just so hard to finish, and it's going to be Faustat as the first kill. And next to go down, though, is Jaina. The health bars are low all the way around. There's the Aegis trying to buy some time. There's... oh my goodness, they got 4 kills. Gul'dan does go down, but they got 4 kills. They may have just saved core. They very well may have just saved core. And Keep should survive mid, so they're still in this game. And their win condition is going to come by taking top boss here in a minute 40. So House of Chez just hanging on for dear life. That was the most awkward engage I've ever seen in my life. I did not like how it went for House of Chez. But they come out on top for the time being, and now with level 20s here, it's a game. Taking a look at the 20s. Wind Tunnel, Shield of Hope, Haunt. I expect... yeah, there it is. There's the Indestructible. And then the Angelic Armaments upgrade, giving the allies that shield. The boss is going to be up here in 1 minute, but 5 alive on both sides. But there is a curse point now on the side of House of Chez, and so they have a chance. If they can get a curse, they can win this game. But they're going to have to win the next team fight, and it all is going to come down to not having the first death, and I think having a smarter engage than they've had. There's been a lot of split engaging. There's been a lot of splitting around obstacles. Joanna right now in the bottom. Aggressive push on the top. It looks like they want a team fight here. Mighty Gust is available. There's the Unstoppable. Mighty Gust separating out Garrosh. Garrosh with the double flip stun. Warlord's Challenge trying to get the re-engage. But just the duration of that wind tunnel enough for the disengage. But a 5-man Dragon Arrow into the Ring of Frost. Aegis comes out. There's the Shield of Hope trying to keep people alive. Caribou is somehow still staying alive, but they're all stuck in Starfall, and Ariel and Gul'dan are going to go to death. 13 seconds going to go down to a well-placed Tyrande arrow, and Tyrande is cleaning up with the kills there. What a Starfall, but what an amazing Dragon's Arrow. All propped off by the Hanzo. That's a 5-man team wipe, and that is going to be Team Rectum finally closing out this map, but House of Chez made them work for it. It was ugly early, but boy, that game actually got really good there for a bit. So, still, Jesus Mafia with the play of the game. Literally, the play of the game. There you see. It's a pun, but also metaphorically the play of the game. Using play of the game to make the play of the game. So with that, I'm going to stop trying to willfully confuse the two people watching. So that was a good map. Oh, are you shitting me? Oh, I just looked at the ticker. Oh no, feels bad. I just saw the ticker. God damn it. Let me disable ticker. Oh god, that is unfortunate. Oh no, no one saw that. Spoilers. Well, I think I know who wins the next 2 games. Oops. Alright, well, I'll try to be surprised. Here, let me drink some beer. That'll help out. We're gonna get set up for map number 2, so we'll be right back. Be right back, everyone. Alright, we're back. Just getting set up here as, I still have my Octopath Traveler sound pack on, so let me, pause that. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the second game of this best of 3, as I should update, the score here. Team Rectum scoring that first game. What? Update. Update! There we go. It refused to, like, no. It kept resetting the score to 0 there. I think I had the sync setting on. But anyway, jumping into map number 2, already kind of an interesting looking draft here. On the left side, Team Rectum, we're going to have an Illidan. So the Rexar, Muradin, Jaina, Stukov. But then Illidan as kind of the ADC, I guess? Interesting. Into the Vala, Ariel, Joanna, Artanis, Rag. So 3 blinds, potentially, on the side of House of Chez. The Art blind, the Joanna blind, and then Ariel has a blind at 13. But a lot of wave clear on the side of House of Chez. And the Ariel is an interesting pick. She's obviously going to pair well with the... excuse me, the Vala is an interesting pick. Obviously going to pair well with the Ariel. A lot of healing potential. But, ooh, what a separation there on the Stukov, except also a separation on the Chez mix. And now, though, Muradin in a bit of an awkward spot. Could take some fatal damage here if Vala can get another auto attack. There it is, and that should enable them to actually take the support camp. As we take a look at the level 1s. Seasoned Marksman out of Artanis. Thinking emoji. Ariel going the Swift Sweep. I like that choice. And you really need to take that with the Illidan with the 13 blind. So I think that's thinking ahead to what you need later in terms of your talent build. So gotta respect that. Illidan also going with the Seasoned Marksman. A lot of stacking quests actually on the left side here. Rexar will probably have a stacking quest at 4. Meanwhile, both teams picking up their fortification camp. We do have a healer camp on the side of House of Chez as well, in the hands of Ariel. Siege camp now being picked up. A little bit early for this. Unless they're going to wait to cap it. But Joanna now getting engaged on. Unstoppable actually broken, and does Illidan go for this? No, he doesn't. Smart move. Would have been pretty reckless to go that hard for a kill here this early in the game. Because if you fail to get the kill, you're just denying your team soak, giving soak to the other team. And the XP gap's about half a level right now in favor of House of Chez, although being equaled up by those minions there in the mid, as well as some minions picked up here on bottom. Still though, slight lead for House of Chez on the race to 7, and now they're going to push up and try to get a cannon tower. Dugov managing to get a slow. But let's see who gets onto this point first. Looks like it's going to be House of Chez. No one moving onto it just yet. Now here comes Artanis on the point. About half a level from level 7. So it looks like with Illidan doing this that we're going to see Team Rectum play for 7. They're going to have an uncontested siege camp in the top lane, so that kind of puts a clock in the minds of House of Chez. And Rexar actually doing a good job soaking bottom, trying to get 7, but not actually getting all the way to 7 now. Looking for the engage onto the point. Muradin all over this backline. Illidan now diving in. There's the heal. All the focus in the world on Vala. Vala going to go down to Jaina there. Got hit mid-roll. But now old Dookie Tom about to drop here. So is Shezmix. Healing totem dropped. But it's not enough, and Artanis is going to fall. So 2 kills there on the point. Joanna going to be next to fall. That's 3 kills on the point, so this should be Team Rectum's to lose at the moment. But bot camp, bot lane being pushed in here by Rexar. Rag and Vala soaking top. Level 7's here now for both teams. Support camp is back up. But 39%, so the channel progress still fairly slow. Pushing in onto mid is Stukov, Jaina, and Illidan. They managed to get the mid wall. But The last turret dropping to that last auto attack by Murden, who friends the foe out of there. But now Tanner, a little bit left behind. Didn't see the engage from Joanna. I think I would have liked to have. Tanner's going to grab this fortification camp. Joanna can stall the point for a bit, and actually bringing in the Molten Core, trying to get some damage out. Good zoning here, and a lot of damage now onto Jaina, but there's a swap miss. Turret, though, dropped too far back. That turret needs to be up on the point. I don't like that placement at all, but still, the Molten Core gets a lot of value. But, oh man, Artanis is low, having a hard time getting to safety here. But Ariel, with this AoE healing, getting a lot of value at the moment. Still, that Blizzard is just a lot of zoning that House of Chez seems to have a hard time dealing with. Vala trying to get the auto attacks off. Very low, though. Illidan going in. Illidan finds a Vala. This, I'd be shocked if Team Rektum's able to turn this around. It would take a massive misplay, and they're not going to get that. So Shezmik should drop here, too. There's no running from Illidan. 6-1 kills. Team Rektum off to a great start.
Taken control of a protector.
Triglav Protector gonna go top with the wall down. That makes sense. Yeah, level 10's already here. We got Hunt, we got the Bestial Wrath, we got Avatar, we got Ring of Frost. Stukov haven't picked a 10 yet. There it is, Flailing Swipe. But once again, over a full level lead. Last game we saw this, where House of Chez was not even level 9 when Heroics were picked up. As Caribou eating some laser damage there. But the Triglav Protector just starting to push up, starting to chunk out. A lot of damage onto the core. The well is down. They take out the Triglav under the under the fort, but there's a lot of minions there. Jesus Mafia, though, getting quite low. That Ariel stun came so close to hitting, but just didn't hit. If it stuns Illidan there, that is one dead Demon Hunter. But it doesn't, and they're going to be able to walk away, and with level 10s, they're going to go ahead and just take this support camp. Siege camp picked up in the top. Fortification camp will be up in 13. They have level 10s now. Rain of Vengeance, Aegis, Lava Wave, Blessed Shield, and Purifier Beam. Hang on. Let me try it again. I think that is the level of I need, but Stukov stepping up really too clever by half on that engage with the Flailing Swipe. Needs to just get to safety in that situation. Muradin and Jaina and Rexar were there to peel out. I don't think you stick around with a Flailing Swipe, or if you do, you Flailing Swipe the rest of House of Chez away. So a little bit of a misplay there by Stukov. Stukov, though, going targeted excision. I like that talent. Hard to get value on it into Joanna, though. Because Joanna can just unstoppable out your W, it's not as reliable as you'd like to be, so really you want to be aiming for Artanis. And Artanis moves fairly predictably, but of course if he dodges at the right time, he'll avoid your W, and then you don't get the reset. House of Chez looking at engaging top. Looking for the swap, doesn't find Jaina. Muradin managing to eat that. Stormbolt there onto Joanna. Silence as well, so she takes about half her health. It's still going to be fine for now, but we're already seeing a 5-man here on the side of House of Chez looking for some kind of fight, but now level 13s are here. Muradin was low, but Shezmik's now getting stunned out, and down goes Artanis. And that's not how you want to... Losing a fight 5v4 down a talent tier, that's not how you want to play this if you're House of Chez. As is Mafia getting some damage top, rotating away when he sees the rotation from House of Chez. But House of Chez kind of rotating as 5 right now, so they're missing a lot of soak in this process. And now they're just kind of hanging around. I don't know exactly what they're waiting for, but they are missing soak kind of all over the map, and now down 2 levels here. Ariel solo soaking the mid. No, it's not solo soaking, just back under the fort, ready to soak. Vala soaking top. Artanis as well. But they need to find level 13. Lava Wave going to be used mid. And it will give them all this XP. So that will help them race 13. Is the minion wave going to spawn? No, didn't do the timing. There's a timing if you drop the lava wave at the right time. Ooh, Vala kills Misha, by the way. There's a timing where if you use lava wave at the right time, it will kill the wave right as it spawns. I don't remember what it is offhand. But level 13's here, equal talent here. And there we see that blinding flash. That's going to be very important to get value on. And actually, Rektum gonna just walk away and get some soak here. Gonna get their camp. Support camp is available. And actually, with Rag staying on to this point top, this should potentially be a support camp, though Muradin could jump in and try to steal it. Now, there's the knockback. Grab it. Okay, they grab it. Now House of Chez needs to rotate away from this. 5v5 potential engage. Rad came off the point to make sure his team was ready. Could Molten Core back here. The engage looking like it wants to be on Vala once again. There's the Purifier Beam onto Stukov. So the idea is to try to keep Stukov displaced. And there's a good blind there from Ariel. She's going to drop that healing totem. All the focus is on Vala, but she's just staying alive. And here comes the Molten Core. The hammer going to swing, only collect Misha, but going to turn around some damage here. And the focus really seems to be on the Misha for House of Chez, but now Deatho Icarus getting a big heal there from Ariel. There's the stun. Ariel has another hope, just mashing W, waiting for that heal to come down. It does. And there you see the power of this Ariel healing, but not when Blizzard's there. It's just not enough. Flailing Swipe trying to force the engage. Does kill Artanis, but Stukov once again paying for that, and he did not get swapped. He walked into that one, so questionable choice there. Illidan gonna fall, and Misha gonna be the next to fall, but the Blizzard should collect two. Down it goes. Ooh, but Muradin goes down to Vala. Now Vala turning on to Rexar. Vala very low though. The turret is there. Rag stepping into it. It's overtime here, and Rexar going to get the kill on a Rag. Good job by old Dookie Tom making sure to stay alive. And that's another Triglav protector. So Triglav going to be grabbed by Team Rektum. My guess is they might go for this mid fort with it softened up, but the focus will be on certainly to this bot lane as well, setting up for the third objective, which is typically where the map ends. Though, you know, at some of the lower levels of play, this being Division D, sometimes teams are a little bit more reluctant to finish, but that said, with Rektum kind of in a good position, they very well could win this game off a third Triglav protector if they get some value here. Moving right onto this bot fort. Defense coming in, 3-man defense. Artanis and Rag soaking. Level 16 almost here, though, for House of Chez. Muradin going in, find Vala, there's the hunt. Aegis, would have liked to have seen that maybe a little bit earlier to reduce some of that hunt damage. Flailing Swipe, once again Stukov stepping up so aggressively for the Flailing Swipe, but the healing was there from Ariel, and Muradin is going to drop. I gotta be honest, I'm not loving these Flailing Swipes, because I think they either don't work or they kill Stukov. And in that case, great swap there by Shezmix. Shezmix landing that swap is really big for his team, as it's going to give them a chance to get back into this. They still have all three keeps standing. Rexar does manage to take this mid-fort, though. But now level 16's here. You see Reservoir of Hope going to be taken. So rather than the auto attack or the spell damage, as I would have expected spell damage with the multi-shot build, going with that Reservoir of Hope, and that could actually work just as well, getting bigger and bigger heals to deal with this Muradin burst, Muradin Jaina burst. Could work out extremely well, especially when you have two warriors. Just want to do a good job stacking it. No one capping. There it is. Joanna has the healer camp. Their fortification camp is up. Do they go for this? They're pushing top at the moment. Looking like they want to open up something of a win condition in this top lane, but I gotta say, that's not where the value on the map is right now. You don't want to have to take the Triglav Protector from bot all the way up the top and over. And so I would like to see them just peel back, get this fortification camp, but they really want this fight. Illidan, meanwhile, pushing up more and more onto this wall, but see, this is where you're not really opening up a win condition if you take top fort because of how far away the Triglav Protector is, because of where the next fight's going to be. So Illidan now going to be able to retreat, getting a lot of soak for his team. Jaina wants this. Dismount's there, but unless the swap hits... Ooh, that was close, but Jesus Mafia with a good juke. Joanna thinking the objective was active, I believe, or at least maybe looking for someone else. But either way, fortification camp now going to get picked up. So you have 2 fortification camps and a support camp into, I believe, no items. Yeah, no items for the side of Rectum. So this is a chance, but at the same time, like, you got to try to prep a win condition here. I want to see them, like, take down this wall and well, or I want to see them, like, kill mid-fort or something. I don't want to see them go top lane, because that's the lane farthest away from where the next fight's going to be. Clearing up this top lane, though, all the same, getting that soak. And the thing is that Rectum is going to have level 20 before this next objective is up, given the timing. They're pretty close at the moment, and it's going to take longer for House of Chez to get there. Looking like they maybe want to engage onto Rexar, but didn't find it. Are they pushing down top again, looking for the swap, but Illidan could join with a hunt, so I really don't like this engagement at all in the top lane, especially with level 20 so close. And now the route onto Vala. Purifier Beam, though, actually going to get some good damage there onto Stukov. Stukov going to have to rotate away. Illidan could hunt in. He's on the objective at the moment. There's a good blind. Lava Wave into bot lane to deal with that. That's going to actually get them quite a lot of soak. Trying to get some kind of kill. Looks like it's... Ooh, Jaina ice blocks to buy time, but that's going to be that. But here comes the hunt. Illidan joined the fight now. Flash going to get away. Do we have the healing totem drop? Stukov coming in with the control chaos. Once again, the offensive swipe. Artanis is going to go down. Stukov looking for the slows there. He did go root combo, but I didn't see it hit. Ooh, Stukov down below 100 health. Joanna now extremely low. Joanna's going to be the next to fall. Muradin and Illidan staying on this chase. Illidan now all over Ragnaros, but he's blinded. Needs to be careful here. Meatball going to scare him off, but awkward engage. But still, this whole time, no one on the objective, so they're going to actually get level 20. And they did get top fort, but again, I mentioned the problem of, like, are you going to run this Triglav Protector all the way top to go for keep? I mean, it'd be faster to push through the fort if you win it. So, level 20s are here. Jaina going to be up, so huge advantage to Rectum as far as capping this shrine. But we are seeing a kind of a sneaky play onto the support camp. I don't think they saw any members of House of Chez get onto this. So there will be another support camp. This fortification camp up as well. Lava Wave helping with the soak. And we do have the Lava Surge, Shield of Hope, Vala going with the Rancor, Indestructible, and Plasma Burn. So trying to just get some more damage out there. Especially with as much as this Rexar, or this Misha, Illidan, and Muradin are diving, as well as Stukov, frankly, positioning quite aggressively. We'll see what happens. Avatar upgrade from Muradin, that's surprising. See what kind of value it gets. You take it for the, I guess, the cooldown reduction. Joanna stepping onto the point, trying to force overtime. Hunt there onto the backline onto Ariel. There's the massive shove, though, actually knocking Ariel away from the team. So a little bit awkward. And now old Dookie Tom going to get engaged on, using the ice block. Stukov trying to knock everyone away, but it's not enough. Now Death 1300 seconds are going to go down, but there's the Shield of Hope, actually staying alive with the Shield of Hope and the Aegis. Muradin falling there. And I believe that was Misha dropping as well, so Illidan's still alive, going to move on to this fortification camp, but Joanna going to step up here with Vala, so they're going to have to give this one up too. And now this is a chance for House of Chez to get something. I would love to see them push in hard on bottom and open up this win condition. They want to really kill this fort before they have their protector up. But right now, splitting the lanes and getting soak, I don't think that's the play right now. Are they gonna go for top camp? Okay, so if they saw that lane clear, I would have loved to have seen Illidan hunt Rag there. I believe he has vision over it. I believe the objective gives vision, but no wait, no it doesn't. Not on this map, it doesn't. There's the hunt, looking onto Artanis with the root combo. Artanis is taking a lot of damage, and the engage now. Ragnaros trying to defend. He's gonna drop, but here comes the engage now. Shezmix very low, but staying alive for the time being. And it is Illidan who's going to drop first, so that is absolutely huge. That 1-for-1 trade. Meanwhile, Joanna trying to sustain this point down here. Vala going to pick off Jaina. And Jaina just getting lit into by Vala in every fight. And Vala now going for Tanner, who's away from the rest of the team. So Tanner going to go down. That's another kill on Murd, and House of Chez getting really, they're like, are they cats? They're getting 9 lives here. It was a good engage by Rectum, but I think not the most awareness on when to retreat.
Blue team has taken control of a protector.
Are they running this all the way top lane? I guess they kind of have to. It's the only lane they really have value in at the moment. They have a Kata, they have the siege camp. But it's just such a long rotation. Like, in this time, you literally could have just knocked this fort over, especially with 4 dead on the other team, so I don't like this. Look at the death timers. Illidan's back up in 5, Jaina back up in 10, Stukov and Rex are up in 20. They're going to get the keep, but there's going to be a 5-man defense here.
Red team has destroyed the fort.
Now, this is a healthy Triglav protector, but Rag is not here yet.
Blue team's core.
Now, Rag could Molten Core. They are going to move on to this. And now they really need to get this Triglav protector down, but they don't actually have the best burn, and it looks like they're going for the team fight there. Silence didn't land. Oh, root onto Flash, but Flash getting away, and here comes, the huge hammer swing by the Molten Core, and Flash is just self-sustaining through all of this. Well, not self-sustaining, but keeping Ariel with that hope, doing so much healing. And there you see the power of Reservoir of Hope, and still no deaths, but this Triglav Protector, it could have just been wailing on the core this whole time and might have ended the game. Instead now, Ring of Frost comes out, not going to be effective, not going to secure a kill, question mark. Now finally moving back onto the core. Triglav Protector only has 13 seconds, but the core is shieldless now, and they do have a Vala. Engage coming straight in onto Vala hard. There's a stun with a silence. Root combo actually lands onto death 1300 seconds. The Triglav Protector is down, but you do have Artanis, and they're going to get the kill, so House of Chez somehow finds a way to win that game, but it was not pretty. Still, though, they managed to get a lot of those really, really big kills late. I think there was some questionable play on the side of Team Rectum, too. That got punished. House of Chez did a good job punishing that. I still don't like the macro play from House of Chez, but we'll see. So we go to a 1-1. So we'll see who wins this series in the next one as I get us set up here. It's been a fun series. I don't cast a lot of Division D. I tend to cast a lot of B and C, and that's just because they tend to get their game scheduled the earliest. Division B's been really good about scheduling their games early, and so I tend to try to book in advance. That way I can plan around it. But this has been a good series. So now, going to jump into the last match here. Jumping right into it. It's going to be Infernal Shrines. Oh, of course. I mean, ooh, I like this draft. I actually think Uther is a fantastic pick here. All right, so you got Kel'Thas, Leoric, Uther. They switch sides on me.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
House of Chez now on the left, and it is a 1-1 series, so let me update that as well.
2, 1.
All right, so this is the decider match. Oops. Accidentally clicked on someone there. We'll be fine. We'll get that off the screen in just a second. But here, pick that beetle. It'll die soon enough. But yeah, You have a lot of single target blow up and CC chaining, but that's where I think Uther is just a fantastic choice to deal with that. He could struggle with the Rainer, but here's the thing. Uther at level 13, there's a talent that I think is criminally underrated that Uther has. I think it's called Holy Champion, but it's it's when you use Q. Does Tyrael's Deliverance affect, ties? I don't believe so. And the reason for that is because it's percent-based healing, I believe. If it's, hang on. Yeah, it's percent-based healing, so it's not buffed. Percent-based healing is not affected by armor or percent gain. But there's a focus on the old Dookie Tom, and old Dookie Tom is gonna go down. It's gonna be the first kill of this match. So at 13, Benediction is just so good that it's hard for me to ever suggest a different talent. But you could go Holy Champion at 13, and because there's minions on the shrine, you're guaranteed auto attacks. And if you get max auto attack value off with the Holy Champion, 1 Q could turn into literally like 3,500 healing or something like that. Maybe if you stack up, even 4,000. And that's just like at level 13. If you're hitting 5 people with the AoE from it. It's actually incredibly powerful. Yeah, no, percent healing is not affected by healing boosts or reductions. The same way that percent damage is not affected by armor. Anubrak going to the back line, swing and a miss, turn around potentially here, but Kael'thas just chunking out the damage. The stun lands, but Anubrak, Kael'thas going to get out of there. Anubrak, on the other hand, is not, so pretty aggressive plays at the moment. Meanwhile, Leoric would be expected to win this lane into Arthas. With both the better wave clear and just the better way to punish Arthas. Arthas really needs to step into the wave to clear it, which is just where Leoric wants him. So Arthas is going to have to soak at the wall. It's going to give a macro advantage, and with this top shrine being the first, that could help out House of Chez considerably. Yeah, Uther's a great counter for Kerrigan. You can either go Cleanse, or you can go Guardian of the Ancient Kings, but the key with Guardian of the Ancient Kings is you're trying to limit the follow-up damage. The key with Cleanse is you're trying to prevent the initial blow-up. So you prevent the initial stun. Guardian of the Ancient Kings is, okay, all the follow-up damage is halved, which is very strong. Ooh, there's a stun on the Sugop. The other side of it, too, is you do have, of course, the stun onto Kerrigan when she dives in, and that's going to be quite powerful as well. I think Uther is... There are situations where I think he's underrated right now. I think he could be a solo healer a lot more than people think he can be a solo healer. Especially since we're kind of heading back toward the burst meta, it seems. A lot of focus right now onto, hey, let's get the first kill and just try to snowball. I've been seeing a lot of like Greymane focus, a lot of ETC trying to separate out and kill someone, Stuke off, going for the root combos. But we are seeing Team Rectum going to grab their Bruiser camp before fighting over the Shrine. Level 28 minions, though, already. Now, Kerrigan is good Shrine control. Flash going to have to burrow charge out of the fight. Full retreat coming out from House of Chez. How did that not hit? Kael'thas, I thought, got hit by the combo, but hitboxes are weird. But now, 30-10. House of Chez does not need to be impatient. Kerrigan coming in. There's the Sun combo onto Leoric. And Leoric is going to drop. And Anubrak also quite low. Kael'thas turning around a lot of damage here. I actually haven't pulled up the talents yet, so I'll do that. But it's not enough to get a kill. And now Leoric can be back up quick, but is it going to be quick enough to recontest this Shrine? We are seeing House of Chez being kind of picked on by this Kerrigan, and boy, Leoric picked an interesting time to come back up, but if a Living Bomb came out here, it could absolutely be huge. Instead, Kael'thas completely ignoring this grouped up target to focus the Rainer. Bit of a misplay there by Death of Icarus, and it's going to allow Kerrigan time to come back up. I think Kael'thas could have won that team fight if he wasn't trying to solo Rainer there. I think that's where you see sometimes the lack of team play or lack of coordination. You have like kind of 5 players doing things rather than 2 teams. doing things. But now, once again, another death, and it's, man, this was 30 to nothing effectively, and now it's Rektum's Punisher. Jump over the wall. Good bait over the wall. Flash with a good job of that. So I'm going for the silence. Kind of a blind silence over the wall, sort of. Just to be more annoying than anything else. Uther did go cleanse, not Guardian Ancient Kings. So the one advantage of Guardian Ancient Kings is that you get value off it pretty much every time someone gets stunned if you're healing it. And that includes you know, just whoever gets stunned or whoever gets hit by W, whoever gets Q'd or whoever gets hit by W. It does not, so the healing from his level 13 on his Q, I believe, does not proc his armor, which, if it did, that would be insane. I would actually be the most broken talent in the game, so I'm pretty certain it's not. Because giving 25 armor to 5 people on your team, like, on the cooldown of his Q, would actually be broken. So I'm certain that the Q auxiliary talent at 13 would not affect it. That said, Rektum doing a good job painting the map red a little bit. Playing it safe though. So, not going to get value with this camp in the mid. The question is, do they get value with the camp in the bottom? So Thrall and an Uberak have rotated down to defend this. Raynor though going to push up. And level 10s are here. It's Maelstrom, Maelstrom, Swipe, Hyperion, Blessed Shield, Army of the Dead. On the other side, level 10 is just coming in for House of Chez, so not a bad delay here. Ooh, stun there on to Thrall. There's the pseudo root combo from Stukov. It's not the root combo yet, but Tanner landing that well. Gonna enable old Dookie Tom to get that kill, and now Hyperion gonna bring in the Yamato cannon to rain fire down on this fort. And with this siege camp, they want to push up. This siege camp has been upgraded, and it still sucks. It's still so bad. But now need to be careful of the engage. Joanna a bit low. And Leoric actually missing a W there, so he's vulnerable for a moment. Once again, Tanner kind of doing that on Stukov. And I just got to be honest, I don't like that decision at all. And down is going to go Kerrigan, down's going to go Joanna. I don't like that use of Massive Shove at all. I don't think it's working, and I think they need to just not be doing that. You know, if you're going to try to out-position someone, I would just go Massive Shove for the armor if you're going to position like that. Flailing Swipe like that, it's... I mean, you kind of take yourself out of the fight for a few seconds while Flailing Swipe is active, because you can't really do anything. And when you're positioned that aggressively on a hero with no escapes, it's a questionable choice, but ooh. So Arthas used to be up there. Army of the Dead used as well. That's a long cooldown actually to use for a death that I think was inevitable. I think you suck it up and die there and have your Army of the Dead ready for the shrine. Thrall, ooh, root goes in the wrong direction. Oh no, he wasn't trying to root Joanna. He was trying to root. So okay, never mind. That was a good play. But now, Team Rektum had a level advantage, won that first Punisher, but now we're seeing House of Chez get onto this first Punisher. Now, of course, as we saw on the first Shrine, getting a big lead doesn't help if you start dropping. I like this positioning from Leoric. Being disrupted. He do March of the Black King, as we're seeing with the Earthquake. Cocoon, and it is Divine Storm actually from Uth. They're going to help secure the kill onto the Kerrigan. That's an interesting choice, and I kind of like it actually. I think it pays off a lot in how much melee there is. And now we're going to see Joanna go down as well, not able to get out of there. So the CC train comes to town and picks up 2 passengers, Kerrigan and Joanna, and that's going to be House of Chez. Should be winning this shrine, and this is going to be an Arcane Punisher going down mid. The mid-fort wall is low, so you should be able to get some value here. I like Leo already going off the soak, knowing he wants to get his team level 13 as soon as possible. Very interested to see what Uther takes at 13. Does he take that Q talent, or does he go the weaken to deal with the Kerrigan. I think both talents are great choices here. Level 13's here, both teams. He did go well net, so I like that. There's nothing wrong with going well net here. Especially when you're dealing with kind of like the Kerrigan is the main target, but oh my goodness, the root's coming out there. There's Stukov using the massive shove again. I mean, that time it works, but you know, before anyone gets high and mighty on that, like, oh, that time it worked, like, you know, economists have successfully predicted 9 of the last 5 recessions, right? Kael'thas's gonna go down. Stuck around a little too long there. Well met, burning rate, spirit shield. Huh. Uther gonna be focused on here. Here comes the stun. He can't cleanse himself with the root combo. That's gonna secure the kill. He at least should be able to make sure Leoric gets away, but that's gonna be it. Uther gonna drop, and Team Rectum right back in this and right back in control of this game, getting the first fort of the game off the turnaround from that Punisher. Now gonna rotate into this Bruiser camp with Uther dead. And Stukov root combos are just really, really good. I think that's what we learned from that. Especially on this map, Stukov root combos, that you just follow up the Punisher, and it's unless they have some type of amazing escape or they get the cleanse, you're gonna get a kill if you root combo off Punisher pretty much every time. What is this engage? That's my face right now. Anyway, that was an interesting choice to engage there, to say the least. I don't know what they thought they saw. It was 5 people top. Your team was still away, and Uberak kind of goes in without the rest of the team's support, gets blown up before the rest of the team can get there. Yuck. Meanwhile, though, this is a chance. It's map painting time. And I believe their top bruiser will be up. Yeah, coming up right now. So they have a chance to get some value. They could either push in bot, which I think they're at least going to clear this minion wave, certainly. They could rotate up to bruiser right after that, try to time it with the camp. But, of course, with the shrine in the top lane for the next objective, it's not going to get as much value. They do manage to take the fort. Now let's see what House of Chez wants to do. Yeah, they're just gonna paint map red. I like this call. And I like the prioritization to the siege camp here by Kerrigan, since you can clear it just so damn fast. And it's gonna really help this mid push in. Someone's gonna have to stay mid. It's too much to give up, especially though with level 16s here. We'll give time for House of Chez to get 16. Paint them red. Interesting. Okay. Stukov going with the Super Strain. I like it. Great choice. Always a great pick into both Anubarak and Uther and Thrall. And, to a lesser extent, Kael'thas. Sometimes the sustained healing is good against Kael'thas, but certainly dealing with the gravity lapse is good. But here comes House of Chez. Once again, aggressive engage style here. There's the Cocoon onto Raynor. Swipe being used to force under the structure, but it's not really going to do anything. And now the focus onto Old Dookie Tom. Old Dookie Tom getting out some good damage with the Hyperion, but it's just not going to be enough. Meanwhile, Uther doing everything he can to keep his team alive with his long cooldowns, but it should be enough as House of Chez going to get a 3-man kill here. And, you know, if Stukov gets behind his team and swipes the disengage, I don't think they lose 3 people there. Flailing Swipe's not really an offensive tool. There's conditions where it is, but you should not be regularly using it as offensive. And potential engage now onto Stukov. There's the stun. Follow up. There's the root. Follow up stun. Trying to get onto Stukov. He is going to get away. Kael'thas cleaning up the camp in the meantime. The Orc clearing the waves, clearing up that bruiser camp. And this is a chance for House of Chez to win this game, potentially. It's a long shot, to say the least. Frozen Punisher doesn't do the most siege damage, but if you get a significant misplay here by Rektum, they could absolutely lose the game. Good bait there by Joanna, but actually stepping up here, 4v5. Now Arthas is finally joining. The focus, though, down on to Jesus Mafia. Hey, there was a good flailing swipe. Jesus Mafia, though, still gonna... Oh, no! Jesus Mafia popping off with the shields and gonna be able to stay alive long enough to turn around 2 kills, and the Stukov root combo absolutely working there. So, hey, look, you use Massive Shove defensively, you get value. Absolutely great play by Kerrigan there, and you say, like, yo, she died. Yeah, but she popped off with the shield, stayed alive long enough, got 2 kills, Stukov with the follow-up root combo. There you go. Hey, look, Massive Shove's a great peel tool. Or a flailing swipe's a great peel tool. Who knew? And now, Rektum gonna try to get some value with what's left of their team, but it looks like there's some pings there onto the mid lane. Looks like they're actually gonna turn their attention to this top bruiser camp, putting the priority there first, which, given that the Impaler camp is kind of dog shit, makes sense. Because the Impaler camp, even with buffed, is kind of dog shit. How are we doing on time? 8:11? Okay. Interesting. Someone just posted Absolute Infernal Shrines. Anyway. But now, players coming in. House of Chez has a chance to win this game off the next shrine. Bot Fort is dead, whereas Bot Wall's still standing for House of Chez. So this is a very advantageous Punisher spawn for them. Really the best lane for them for it to spawn. Excuse me, not House of Chez, because they switch sides. Team Rektum has an advantage here. They got very lucky with the Immortal spawn. House of Chez, looking like they want to go for a fight again before level 20. Might be a bit desperate and engaged, but we'll see if they can get a clean one. With the fort so nearby, it's too risky. And I like this Team Rektum. They're like, look, we know they're going to have to walk away. They're going to have to leave this to deal with all the macro in the other lanes. And if they don't, they're losing Soak anyway. We'll get 20 eventually. Don't fight right now. And I like this. They're not fighting. They're just hanging around, ready to clear this up. With all the lanes pushed in, too, there's nothing they can really do to Soak 20 faster. So they kind of just have to wait for Chez to walk away, and Chez is going to do just that. Go and clear the side lanes, and that'll help them get closer to 20 here. With no Shrine Warning yet, they might be able to get to 20 in time to have an equal fight for the next phase. But what are we seeing? Push bottom. Looking like they want to push up bottom with this catapult. A noob on the flank. No a noob. No a noob. No a noob. Ugh. Noob kind of let go there by Team Rektum as they want to focus on that siege damage with the Hyperion. But a noob now having to rotate all the way around for the team. And the wall is down, so now this is absolutely a win condition. This shrine will very, very probably win the game. I don't want to say almost certainly, but very, very probably win the game for Rektum. So Chez gonna need to you find 20 quick, and mid lane's pushed out at the moment. Uther with a good bush check. And Rektum wisely saying, hey, the jig's up, boys. Let's just back up. Let's get 20s. We got Blink. We got Controlled Chaos. We got Execute. We got Instructable. And we got Legion of Northrend. On the other side, though, Uther can die. Rewind on a noob. Master of Flames. Death March. And Earth and Shield. So more or less what I expected. Though ooh, they did not check this Bruiser camp now. 17 minions already. Kael'thas falling a bit behind the rest of the team, though. Kerrigan gonna get that top Bruiser camp to get some value. But now we are gonna get a fight over this, and there's no one zoning right now for the members of House of Chez. So this is just gonna allow a free engage here with no vision. Kerrigan's just gonna walk right into this. Going for the big combo. There's the Cocoon. Kerrigan's gonna actually have to break it to get Raynor out. There's the Earth and Shields keeping up the members of House of Chez, but we're starting to see Flash Drop very low, but Tenor, once again, completely out of position, trying to go for some type of offensive swipe, and it doesn't pay off, but that said, the stack up there enabling Thrall and Raynor to get the first kill onto House of Chez. Caribou going to be the next to fall. The health bars are so low, but no one able to finish right now. Once Thrall and Kael'thas went down, there just wasn't, or once Thrall and Kael'thas went down, there just wasn't enough damage there by House of Chez. And so, that's going to be Arcane Punisher for Rektum. That should probably be game with 3 deaths, even with Stukov down. They just need to not die for a second. But this keep is down. They're all not up for 14, and this Punisher going to move right onto core. And with only Leoric and Uther to defend this, the shields are going to drop very, very quickly. Uther cannot die for free, as he already just died a bit ago. Here comes the March of the Dead, going to get a lot of value, actually, and secure the kill on Joanna, but this Punisher and Raynor just doing too much damage to the core. It drops, and Team Rektum going to take the series 2-1. So, with that, Team Rektum won. I accidentally saw this on the ticker, so I went ahead and turned the ticker off on the Solar Caster screen. We'll turn it on for our live match later. But I'm going to take a brief break, just get some water in me, and then I'm going to do Wholesome Hats, Flits versus Team Training Wheels as a replay as well. So stick around for that. Some Division A action, so should be a bit more high intensity. I think a bit more clean on the engages. We'll see, though. Looking forward to it. Just be right back.